Hey guys, Caller here, bringing you an entire series of the Pro League. That is right, I am bringing you SK Telecom 1 versus OGN Sparkies, played on November 25th. All of the games that were played on that day. I haven't done one of these in a while, actually. Just haven't really had the time, but I'm going to do these because there are some exciting players coming from SKT1. SKT1 has been doing terrible this season, though. Amazingly and surprisingly bad, considering they have players like Best, Bisu, a comeback, I Love UV, and Fantasy on their team. Just a lot of great players, but they are tied with CJ Entis, I believe. No, they're tied with Estro for 11th place right now. For 10th place, actually, but they have a worse record than Estro. Only team they're beating right now is Air Force Ace. Meanwhile, OGN is tied with Woojin Stars and KTF Magicians for 4th place as of the end of Week 6. I did make a mistake and say Woojin was in 3rd place. That is occupied by Samson Khan. Woojin can be arguably anywhere between 4 and 6. I think they're actually in 5th place right now. In any case, though, this first match here is going to be S2 versus Yellow Arnc. S2, a completely new Zerg player from the failure list of SKT1's Zergs. I mean, there's just no way to put it. S2 statistics are, he is, let's see, 1 in 6 Zerg versus Zerg. That's good. He's the brown Zerg here at the 7 o'clock location. Yellow Arnc, 47% Zerg versus Zerg. The best Zerg on OGN. He is the yellow, fittingly, Zerg player at the 5 o'clock location. For once, they don't confuse me. That's a miracle. Actually, he is, well, it looks like he's actually white. Yeah, alright. Close enough. At least he's, at least his opponent isn't yellow this time. In any case, though, just to talk about it for about 5 seconds, SKT1's lineup sucks when it comes to Zerg, and it's part of the reason why they're losing, because this season's Pro League requires every team to field in the first 4 games 1 player from each race, and they've got wonders such as Hyuk, who is, I think, the second, well, he's tied for worst player right now in the Pro League, with a record of 0 and 6, tied with none other than Samson Khan's Frozian. At the bottom of the pack, since we're talking about the top of the pack, we could also talk about the bottom. Also down there, some decent players. Dazang 1 and 5 this season though. CholeraSC 1 and 5. Not terrible players, but you have to be, to get to the bottom. You really have to play a reasonably good amount, so it means you're not like a complete no-name, but you still suck. Anyway, this is really interesting. A 12 hatch coming here from Yellow, and meanwhile a overpool gas here, I believe, from S2. So S2 is going to really have the jump on Yellow here if S2 can pull off an early attack. On the other hand, though, if Flash manages to survive this, I'm sorry, Yellow Arnc manages to survive this Flash, he'll be way in the lead. I'm sorry, it's actually a 12 pool into hatch here, 12 pool gas hatch from S2. It wouldn't make any sense if it was an overpool. So it was a 12 pool gas hatch, and actually he's going to be in really good position. Yellow is going to be in really good position, to win this game, because it's not an overpool speed or anything like that, which has a chance of killing off a 12 hatch right in the beginning with Zerglings. In fact, it's the 12 pool, which is the worst thing you can do against a 12 hatch, really. Yellow Arnc, he's going to be ahead in expansions, and he's going to be ahead in Zergling count. He's not going to be very far behind in tech. S2 is going to be about 15 seconds ahead in terms of Spire timing, but that's going to be it. So it's going to be really difficult for him to come back from this disadvantage here, especially because he apparently is not very good Zerg versus Zerg in other aspects either. He's almost as bad as Hyuk. I would say he is Hyuked at this point. Ha ha. Got to come up with something else with S2, like, you're always number 2 because you lose all the matches. Yeah, so neither player has actually scouted the other player here in Harmony. Both players have sent their scouting overlords in the wrong direction, so they're actually using Zerglings to scout now. And we're going to see that the scout's going to reach S2's base first from Yarnak. S2 probably knows where Arnc is, but still has not gotten a scout in yet. He's going to see that expanding creep, and he should just from that alone guess that it is a 12 pool hatch, given how far the creep's gone, or how not far the creep's gone. And he's going to be feeling quite comfortable at this point, I think. Arnc is going to be ahead probably 2 drones. I believe 2 drones because of his build order. and he is going to be ahead a hatchery. He's going to have probably at least two or four more Zerglings probably. So he's going to be ahead basically right now in pretty much every aspect. Although speed is up first now for S2. As Arnc should have speed up very soon though, and that expansion is really going to kick in soon if this game goes into the mid-game Zerg, which means that both players haven't died by the time Mulas come out. That's pretty much mid-game for Zerg, and late game is if both players have expansions. That's actually up and running expansions. That's like way late for Zerg versus Zerg. But anyway, Arnc is going to have a big advantage here in Lings. Just look at that high Ling count there, and Arnc could actually go for a timing attack if he decides to forego going for those early mutas. He could go and build all Zerglings and just attack and try to finish him off. We'll see if he decides to do that. Doesn't look like he's doing that right now. Maybe he's going to play it safe and not go for the Zergling attack and instead just play an air battle also. But looks like he is moving out now. I think he's going to have at least, I'd say maybe 6 or 8 more Lings right now than S2 will. And we'll see how good their respective Ling micro is. It's going to be one of those large Ling battles where the concave is going to be really important. Spire's going to be done momentarily for both players, and the one advantage S2 will have is that his Mulisks will be able to help out his Zerglings. And it looks like Arnc actually retreating, so Arnc going to play it really safe. He's going to get his Mulisks out and then play defense, try not to lose any drones, and then take it from there. That's actually a smart position, I think, to take here, deciding that he really has a nice advantage right now. He doesn't need to go all in. Doesn't really need to risk his Ling army there. In any case, though, it might come down also to whether either player decides to go for the over.